Guys, hey guys, this is LukeMan97 with BeamNG.Drive, and today I'm going to be doing a full coverage of the Cherrier Tograc, which is a SUV crossover based on this. This is my default vehicle, the Cherrier Vivace. Both vehicles were added in the 0.19 update. If you haven't seen my video on that, make sure to watch that. And I did a review on this Vivace too, so we won't be focusing on that. Make sure to watch that video also, guys. Don't forget to watch that. So I'll just be showing you all the versions of the Tograc like I did with the Vivace, and you guys can see like how they perform and all of that. Anyway, you'll find it in Cherrier FCV. That's where both of them are. So the first one that there is the Tograc 110M. So it's a crossover variant with only a 3-cylinder engine, and I think this one only has, let's check this, performance. I think it has only, I don't know. Anyway, we'll spawn this up real quick so you guys can see that. I picked Small Island, USA as a place to do it because there's kind of a lot of dirt tracks here, and the Tograc actually has a little bit more ground clearance than the Vivace, so it's pretty good off-roader. So as you can see here, same taillight concept as the Vivace. There's some nice little lights down there that the Vivace doesn't really have. And then you back up, and the front, the headlights it has a bigger grille, and the headlights are kind of like the Vivace, but they're more curved. Inside, you'll notice that the instrument cluster is basically the same as the Vivace. It is, and it also changes colors when you switch sport modes. It has the same kind of GPS, same kind of oval wheel, and then basically same kind of interior. And then it has nice wheel covers on the side. Anyway, and then I'll show you a view from above. This is what it looks like from above. Let me just real quick spawn up a Vivace right next to it so you guys can see how like they differ. So I'll just spawn up this Vivace thing. Oh, I actually accidentally replaced it. Oops, did the wrong one. Okay, so let me respawn up the 110M Tograc, so you guys can see. Alright, here we go. Oh, I need to there we go. So, as I zoom in, the Tograc and the Vivace are pretty much the same. Let me just try to pull this beside each other. You can see they have the same roof rail concept, kind of, and the Tograc is basically the same. Let's see. I think it's basically the same length as the Vivace. It's just if you come down to ground level, you'll see that the Vivace doesn't have as much ground clearance as the Tograc. Anyway, let's clear the Vivace and continue our Tograc thing. Okay, so this is the 110M that we were looking at. So, like I said, the reason why I chose Small Island, USA as the place to do it is because it has a lot of dirt tracks. So as you guys can see, it takes pretty well these dirt tracks. So that's how the 110D, M, why do I keep saying D? That's how the 110M works. Anyway, we'll go ahead and reset that. And the next, anyway guys, if you're wondering how my stuff all of a sudden got a little faster, is because I removed a lot of the mods that I had before. You might you might notice that a lot of the mods are gone. But anyway, the next one we'll be taking a look at is the 110D, and then it says M. This one it's crossover variant with a 4-cylinder diesel engine. So this one only had a 3-cylinder gasoline engine, so it's not very powerful. But this one has a diesel 4-cylinder. So we'll take a look at that real quick. So you can kind of hear the difference between it. I'll stop talking so you guys can hear. So just basically same thing, just a little bit faster diesel engine, and it's 4-cylinder too. So I'll do a quick crash with this one. I just lost my hubcap. A little slow-mo. There we go. There we go, guys. So just on the back, bumper torn off. Quick look at the damage on the front before I reset it. So anyway, that's the 110DM. So that just has a 4-cylinder diesel engine, so it's a little bit more powerful than the previous one we looked at. The next one we're going to be taking a look at is the Tograc 160Q. And the 160Q crossover variant with a 4 diesel engine and all-wheel drive. So this has all-wheel drive. And so this one should be a little bit better with traction. So this has all-wheel drive, so yeah, better with traction, I think. You can kind of hear the difference between it and the diesel. Ooh, that was a nice jump. That was a sweet jump. As you may notice, on some of these, I'll give you an aerial view real quick. Some of them will have sunroofs, while some of them will not. So as you can see, the last 2 versions we looked at do not have sunroofs, but this one does. Evidently, this one is a more luxurious model than the other ones. Anyway, that has to do with this one. The next one we're going to be taking a look at, well, the next one is the Tograc 160Q DCT, but I'm not going to take time to cover that because I think the only thing different about this is that it has more value than the M. It's just maybe a higher class one of that. The next one we'll be looking at is the Tograc 150DQ. So it says crossover variant with a 4-cylinder diesel engine and all-wheel drive. So basically this one is the same as the one we just looked at. This one here is the same as the one we just looked at. It just has a diesel engine instead of a gas engine. And you can hear the difference between gas and diesel. Kind of. But I feel like that diesel kind of probably gives it a little bit more power. I'm probably right. As you can see, give you an aerial view. This one does have a sunroof, just like the last one we looked at. The only thing different, I think, is that it has a diesel engine instead of a gas engine. So the next one we'll be looking at, I'm not going to take time to cover this, again, it's just the DCT version of it, is the Tograc 150DQX. So this one is crossover variant, it says, with the optional all-terrain package, 4-cylinder diesel engine, and all-wheel drive. So it has an all-terrain package that's optional, and as you can see, it kind of has more ground clearance than the other Togracs we've looked at. So I'll go ahead and spawn this up real quick so you guys can take a look at it. So yeah, there we go. You can see it kind of has a little bit more ground clearance. It has black rims instead of whatever else you want to say. and just give you an aerial view. It does have a sunroof, that just like the other ones we looked at. So I think you guys might like to see it crash, so I'll do one here. No slow motion this time. So it's mostly the front that's damaged. The back is damaged a bit. The one tail light is out and the bumper's broken and stuff, but I'll look at the damage in the front and then we'll reset it. So that's the 150 DQX. So as an optional all-terrain package, as well as, I think it's raised a little bit more. And then next one we'll be looking at is the Polizia version of the Tograc. So it's basically like the Vivace Polizia, you know, just a Tograc. But anyway, I think the the Tograc Polizia. Why do I keep saying Vivace? Vivace. Sorry, guys. The Tograc Polizia is actually, I believe, based on the 150 DQX that we just took a look at, because it has a they both have 4-cylinder diesel engines, and they both have all-wheel drive, and this one looks kind of raised like this one too. It's just maybe that one is raised a little bit more. The 150 DQX might be raised a little bit more. But anyway, we'll go ahead and spawn that up. So Polizia is the Italian police version, I believe. The Vivace actually has a Gendarme one too. I don't think that's something this doesn't have, I don't think. But anyway, here's what the Tograc Polizia looks like. So that's sort of what that looks like. Anyway, quick aerial view. As you can see, there is no sunroof on this for obvious reasons. I mean, how would you have a light bar on top if there was a sunroof? But anyway, basically same deal inside. Anyway, that's the scoop on that. Anyway, I'm not sure. Let's see. There's not as many Togracs as there is Vivaces, so the next one we're going to be taking a look at is the Tograc 190 DQ. So it's a sport crossover model with a more powerful 4-cylinder diesel and all-wheel drive. So this is a sport model, as you can, I'll wait till it's spawned up. As you can probably see, it doesn't have as much ground clearance as the last two we looked at, because it's built to be a sport model, not an off-road model. Anyway, that's this. It's kind of a nice sport model, because it has a diesel engine, but it's probably tuned, Gonna land on its wheels. Oh no. I have to use the node grabber to bring it back up again. There we go. Let's just drown the car in water. What do you think? The engine just hydro-locked. Goodbye, car. Can hear the water sounds. Anyway, that's the sport model. I think the engine is probably tuned a bit, because it sounds maybe beefier, something like that. I don't know. It's probably tuned. That's what I would guess. But anyway, the next one we're going to be looking at is the Tograc QE. So the QE is the long-range dual-motor AW all-wheel drive electric crossover. So this is basically the same thing as the Vivace E, except, you know, in a Tograc body. And the Vivace E doesn't have colored wheels like this one does, which, honestly, don't you think the non-colored wheels of the Vivace E look better than the Tograc E? Anyway, we'll go ahead and spawn that up. Here we go. Why is this not working? There we go. Like I said with the Vivace E in my Vivace review video, or whatever you want to call it, the title, it says new vehicle Cherrier Vivace, full coverage of vehicle. Never mind. But like I said in that video, if you're an environmentalist, like I said this about the Vivace E in that video, is if you're and I say the same thing about the Tograc-QE in this video, if you're an environmentalist or someone that just likes a quiet car, then either the Tograc-QE or the Vivace E is for you, because these things are so quiet. I'll let you take a listen. Well, it's hard to hear it there, but like I said, very, very quiet car, and it also does not pollute the atmosphere. So just a few obvious changes on here. Obviously, it has no exhaust pipes because it's electric. And then, it does have a sunroof, actually. Unlike the Polizia thing we saw, but that's obvious, because how would you attach a light to the top if there's a sunroof? Anyway, a very nice quiet car, just like the Vivace E. They're both very quiet. Anyway, let's move on to the last version of the Tograc, I believe. Oh no, I just accidentally spawned up this. I accidentally clicked twice. Anyway, on to the last but not least version of the Tograc, that being the Tograc Amateur Rally Gravel. So a basic front-wheel drive rally car using stock drivetrain with upgraded brakes, tires, and suspension. If you ask me, I think they should make it all-wheel drive if it's gravel rally. Now, if it's just asphalt rally, I would say front-wheel drive would be fine. But if you ask me, I think they should have made this all-wheel drive, because with gravel rallying, that's like off the road, so you're gonna want like all-wheel drive. Anyway, I didn't develop this game. So just a few changes. You'll notice there's a roll cage inside since it's a race thing. There's some decals on it, and basically same thing. But anyway, and there's only one seat inside, or no, two seats up in front, because it's a racing car. But anyway, this engine sounds a lot more big and beefy than the others. Listen to it. I'll just freshen it up a bit. Get some slow-mo going here. There we go. There we go, guys. Watch this crash. Oh, wonder of wonders! Wonder of wonders! The instrument cluster and GPS didn't go out. It must not have been hard enough of a crash. Anyway, that's all for this Tograc video, guys. There's not as many Togracs as there is Vivaces, so this video won't be as long as the Vivace one. The Vivace one was like 30 minutes, and this one's only 19 minutes so far. Anyway, guys, this is all for this video. No more Togracs to cover. Anyway, guys, don't forget to press that thumbs up if you like the video, and also don't forget to press the subscribe button and the bell icon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.